That's not how any of this works.
If you've been involved in martial arts at all in your life, you have probably heard some of these myths. You can palm strike somebody in the nose and send their brain and kill them instantly. You can kick them in the leg and break their leg off.
But Joe, that sounds like a video Sensei Seth's just done.
Isn't that chubby karate guy? Yeah, that's right. He is that chubby karate guy. But the video was actually really good. We do think that you missed a few things out in this video. We were actually planning on filming this video, but then timings got in the way, my dog died, yada yada yada, and you beat us to it. So now we are going to be joining the party and doing the top 5 myths in martial arts. Let's go.
If you've been involved in martial arts in any capacity, you've probably heard somebody say something along these lines. If I was in a self-defense situation, I would use a palm heel strike because it's an immediate kill. I would probably use a side oblique kick and take their knee off of their leg. What is that?
The first myth we are going to be touching is the palm heel strike to the nose. Apparently there is a bone behind your nose that if you punch it or palm heel it, it goes straight into the brain and it will kill you. We've seen from martial arts over the years, especially in the UFC. Brad, how many times have you had your nose broken, bud?
3.
Exactly.
3 times.
Look at Mike Perry's nose.
Going forward, forward, Mike Perry backwards. Dipping forward, knee there for Luque. Just pouring out there.
I'm so happy, lucky me.
Woo, absolutely horrendous. Who was a dude that Venom Page kicked in the face a couple of weeks ago and literally like turned his nose inside out? Guess what?
I remember that was horrible.
He didn't die. There is a reason why he didn't die. Essentially, if we look super close on my friend Mike over here, so this is the bone in question, the bridge of the nose. In front of the bridge you have about ½ an inch of nice spongy cartilage, which essentially acts as a shock absorber for any impact on the end of your nose, hence why it wiggles. That takes out a lot of the force. Most people, when they break their nose, it is essentially a small chip off the edge, or maybe a small crack. That's about it. If you're really unfortunate, you'll get something like called a deviated septum, where this internal bone in the middle moves to either the left or right and it blocks a side of your nose, hence why a lot of fighters struggle to breathe. Bradley in particular literally sounds like a fucking train when he
Snores
sleeps.
when he's awake.
He snores when he's awake, exactly. But let's take a closer look. There is no physical bone that can go through here and impact the brain. Behind the nose is the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity on a grown adult is about the same size as your fist. That's a big hole. So there's no physical bone which can drive straight up into the brain. We take this off and we will de-skull my friend Mike over here. If we turn him round, we can see the back of what would be the nasal cavity. You can see the 2 nostrils. There is no direct bone which goes upwards. The back of the skull underneath the brain has a solid chunk of bone, and that bone is very, very strong. Very, very hard, very thick. It's designed to protect the brain. If there was easy access, it wouldn't exist. If you get, like even the back of the head, where the cranial nerve and the back of the spine comes up into the brain, is a solid lump of bone. That is there on purpose to stop the brain from being penetrated from an external attack. Inside the brain, you can see that there is no empty bone, there is no cavity, there is nothing which can protrude from the outside inside. The skull is not designed that way, so that myth is completely bullshit. Is the palm strike a good strike? Yeah, if you're untrained and you don't want to know how to use your fists, yeah, fair enough, but that is complete and utter bullshit. What do we think? It's bullshit! So all of those people online that think it's you can kill someone with a palm strike, yeah, fuck those guys. Next up is the myth of, I'll just kick him in the dick. We've heard this many, many, many times. It's the age-old excuse for those who can't fight. I'll just go for the dick. It's also Master Wong's favourite.
So, we're going to allow Mike to demonstrate. This bone here is the pubis area. And dangling from that, you've got your gonads. I'm using scientific terms.
That's the target you want to aim for, because a kick in the dick, nah, not so much.
I mean I'm sure it's
the testicles is the one you want to aim for.
The male testicles. Kicking the nuts, is it as easy as it looks? No.
No.
No, it's not. Imagine you could literally if kicking the nuts, listen to this, right? I remember I used to argue with Tai Chi, right? If the only weapon you've got is kicking me in the nuts, I could be invincible to you if I just put a groin guard on.
Or stand sideways.
Or just stand sideways. But anyway, why is it actually harder than what it is? I'll show you why now. The reason I say to you it's a lot harder to kick someone in the region of never get hitness is because, first of all, not everyone's fights like this.
I will admit though, if you are in that kind of situation where a fight is just starting and your preemptive strike is a dick shot.
You little fucking prick. Who you think you are? Who you think you are? Hey, that's the song.
For instance, we're about to go down.
Or yeah, literally like we're in the pub. Oh, you spilt my fucking drink. Us. If the guy isn't really that aggressive, you've probably overreacted. And if he is that aggressive, he's not going to feel that dick shot for a couple of seconds, and in that time he might have punched you in the face. One of the main arguments we hear for this is you see how badly fighters react in the UFC when they get hit in the nuts, so it's clearly the best strike.
I've been one of those fakers too.
Yeah. It's part of the rules. If you get 5 minutes rest you're gonna go down. You are gonna take as much time as you possibly can. Yes, sometimes you do get an absolute hammering and you can't stand up. Case in point, I think it happened very much recently in the UFC. Someone got hit in the dick late in the 3rd round and it actually went to a judge's decision off of the dick shot, and the guy who got hit in the dick won. So by that logic,
it went over the 5 minutes then.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it went over the 5 minutes, and it was the judges had enough scorecards to.
Yeah, because that must have been so
it was
horrific.
Pretty bad. It was pretty bad, admittedly. But
was it that bad? Was he like feet come off the ground? Like?
No, it wasn't. It was an inside leg kick, and he just kind of came across the groin guard a little bit. But
really,
at the same time,
what groin guard was he wearing then? The shit one.
We also got to remember, if he was absolutely knackered. Yeah, he's had a massive adrenaline dump from having that 5 minutes off, and he has the option to quit but still win. Yeah, absolutely, I'd take that. But a life and death situation is very different to a staged sport application fight where it's part of the rules. If you're in a street fight and someone grabs you by the dick, I don't know, but we have also seen that recent video of a guy getting guillotined, which we have done a video on, and he goes for a guillotine and the guy grabs his dick. And
get off my dick.
Off my dick, bro.
Get off my dick. But he wasn't actually in a guillotine, was he?
No, that's the problem.
A guillotine's only a guillotine if it actually puts the guy to sleep, otherwise it's
just holding his head, yeah.
Why you get my dick, bro? Bro, let go, please, God, please, bro.
Stop.
I'm letting go, bro. I'm letting go. Bro, let go of my dick.
I can hold someone's head and let him punch me in the dick and I wouldn't be impressed.
Yeah.
But if I had a guillotine on, I'd just go, go to sleep, and then when you wake up, you're going to have so many fucking, your bollocks will be
You'll have sore
out.
nuts, yeah. You'll have sore balls.
You're going to have 4 balls when I finish. I'm going to get them and go, oh, can you imagine that?
Stop grabbing, punch! Wait, your arm is bleeding, bro. You can elbow that. Wait. That was yoga. Look at that. While kicking the arm, it does it straight back. Oh, but that's grazing knuckles. Is that a knuckle graze difficult? You can't. Stop, Mel, stop, Daryl. Daryl, stop! Oh, stop! Oh, fuck off, bro. That's a fucking cock, Mel. Yeah, but. Oh! Wait, we're going for it. Leave it, boys, right? That's a fucking cock, man.
So, can you kick somebody in the dick super easy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And no. So
that's the problem.
We have to give this one a 50-50. It also depends on who you're fighting. If I kick Brad in the dick, you guarantee he's going to punch me in the face many times.
More than I would have before.
Yeah, exactly. So it all depends on who you're fighting.
You might have got away with just a little backhand, but now you're in the dick, now you have to suffer.
So if you are walking around kicking weak, pathetic people who can't fight in the dick, I think that's more of a shame on you, pal.
That is actually pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Roundhouse kick.
Next up we have the old famous Krav Maga move of gouge them in the eyes. This is very much similar to the palm strike to the nose. if you can't punch someone in the face, you are definitely not going to be able to hit these two little 1 inch wide targets in the face. If someone's going to gouge your eyes out and your only defense is this, you are way too cocky.
I don't understand why they teach that as an eye gouge anyway.
Yeah.
Surely you just come in with all your fingers.
I guess for grappling, but then you have to have engaged the grappling exchange. Like, no rules, no holds barred. If you're going to get some of the title claims and then you're just going to fucking... Yeah, could work. That is... But that's GBH. That is more than probable cause. If I punch Brad in the face, there's a 50-50 chance that it will either do damage or it won't do damage. That's literally the probability. It will either do enough to hurt him or not enough to stop him coming forward. An eye gouge is one of those moves where you are aiming for 100% damage. You are trying to maim this person for life. So I found this video of a guy eye jabbing this other dude in the face. If you look carefully, it looks like it was kind of a friendly sportsmanship style fight. More of like a little bit of play sparring in the park. Everybody seems quite content, nobody's too aggressive, and then this dude just goes and jams his fingers in his eyes. He steps in as if he was going to deliver a jab to the chin, except he hits him with full fingers into the eyes. The dude's reaction is delayed. Obviously there is an element of pain at the beginning. He stumbles off. And at that point, his eyes completely close. He has no idea where the hell he is, and his only option is to sit down, basically. In that moment of complete fear, obviously you cannot see. You do not know how bad your eyes are damaged. You do not know if they're even there, which is completely understandable. Is it excessive? I think so.
Oh yeah, but if it's so hard to do, why did they do it by accident in the UFC? Well, yeah, but the guy who done it done it by accident too. He wasn't trying, it was just a freak accident.
Yeah. A lot of times, as you'll see with the UFC, especially in particular, and this has been brought up many times, the gloves they use in the UFC are really badly designed. They actively force your fingers like this. So when fighters are trying to check range, they have their fingers open. A fighter can be checking range as another fighter moves forward. Obviously, I do not know what he is going to be doing. So I could check a range as he steps inwards. I'm checking my range for this as he checks his range for his left hook. So this comes out and it goes straight in the face. That's an accident, absolutely. Does it suck? 100%.
In these big spots against the sport's best. Oh, another pull. Oh, it was a poke in the eye.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Dear.
Bilal, relax and breathe. The doctor needs to take a look at it.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait.
Huh? Stop.
Look at Mike's eyes here, okay? You can see, it doesn't go all the way through. Look at the anatomy of it, see? Don't think of it. Right, and looking at it, if I would have ran my finger in that, the eye's got nowhere to go, so I can imagine it probably would pop. But, I used to say, however, at the same time, that also means on the old Chinese films you watch, all the old, you know, the gangster films where they stick their thumb through the eye, and it goes through into their brain and it kills them instantly. No, it just blinds them really painfully. They might die from the pain. That's possible. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's a myth? No. At the end of the day, if you get eye gouged and it's really bad, you're fucked. Unless you can somehow, by magic, if I was far superior than the person who attacked me, they managed to eye gouge me and I managed to get hold of them, I could take them down and do what I wanted to them. And I'd make sure that they lost their eyes and their butt virginity.
Next up, we have the leg kick. We've heard this many times. If I got in a street fight, I'd just kick him in the leg, I'd take his knee out, and yada.
He's always kick him in the knee, actually. I reckon he's always kick him in the knee.
Yeah, and I think it's because most people think that that's like a weak point, that's like the place of easiest target, it's the most immobilizing, you're gonna bend the knee, you're gonna put the knee out of joint, yada. Fact is, unless you know how to throw a leg kick, you're not going to land it. 100% not going to land it. The first thing you'll do is you'll look down. Because I'm intending to strike that point. I'm going to look down. I'm going to sort my feet out because I clearly don't know how to fight, so I'm kind of guessing what I'm going to do. And I'm going to kick it probably like a football in America, soccer. So I'm going to take a swing at it and I'm going to telegraph it. I'm going to drive my hips through. I'm going to probably step in. And I'm gonna eat his knee on my shin, which fucking sucks. If you've ever had a leg kick checked, it's a really, really bad thing to do. You do not aim for the knee. You never aim for the knee, realistically. You might aim for the top of the calf, but it's about cutting the angle. It's about finding the angle. If I just throw it dead square on, I am eating that knee 100%.
Obviously, if you're doing stamps, it's different. If you're doing that,
what, the oblique
kick, that's different.
Again, you've got to know how to do it.
You've got to be able to land it.
And we have actually never seen a fight stopped from oblique kicks. They fucking suck, and they do damage the cartilage in the knee, which is potentially a main move for fighters. It's going to put them potentially out of contention for a couple of months because they might need surgery on it or whatever. But in the moment, it's a little bit of pain. It's not going to stop anyone.
There's that oblique kick that he does so well. Hyperextends the knee. John's really starting to incorporate that a lot into his game.
I would much rather aim for the calf, pick off something close, maybe inside leg kick, maybe outside leg kick. But again, you have to be able to do it with a setup, because if you just stare at someone's legs and then just try and fire a kick into them, they could be coming forward, they're going to stuff your range, and you're going to get punched in the face. You've seen beginners kick, they fucking suck.
I've been kicked in a street fight before as well. Put it this way, I didn't even block. It's a waste of time.
No, there's no need to.
They did enough damage to themselves. In fact, I'll show you what actually happened. So basically, I was in this like bit of a street fight altercation, shagged the wrong woman. You know, it's like everyone always fucks up when you're as good looking as me. So what happened was, right? Just be normal. I never ever stood like that ever, right? He had his foot at such a weird angle, right? It was like here.
Football kick.
It was no worse, right?
Yeah. Oh, but that's a football kick.
Because I would have said a football kick would have been.
No, you're using your knee. That's the thing. You don't.
It's because he sort of had his foot this way.
He was trying to cut
so
round.
He couldn't turn around and swing it. So he cut his own swing off. Unless you're taught how to cut the angle,
you ain't going to be able to do it. And anyone who knows a leg kick well enough to use it properly wouldn't use it in a street fight, because it's not a move ending or a fight ending move. Realistically, it's really not. You might hit someone with it 3 or 4 times and then they'll go down. If you're fighting somebody who's a complete noob and isn't aggressive, it's the same as the nut kick scenario. If somebody is hyper aggressive and their adrenaline is up and their blood's pumping and they've got their fucking fight or flight going, a little bit of pain is not going to stop them.
No, hey, OG, don't do it, bro. Hey, don't do it, bro.
Would a leg kick to the knee disable your opponent straight away? If they're not trying to attack you, yes, they will look at you like, why the fuck did you kick me in the leg for, you prick?
I tell you what,
absolutely.
If I was walking away now, and then Joe comes up to me and boots me in the side of the knee.
Yep. Oh, you're going to go down, and then you're going to beat the fuck out of me in anger.
If I can get back up.
If you can get back up.
A knee death kick to me, do you know what I mean? The knee death kick, murder death kill.
Do leg kicks work? Yes. Would you use one? Don't be stupid. So number 5 on the list is Debunks, the death touch punch.
Oh, my heavens.
Made famous by many martial arts movies, but very much so in Frank Dukes and Bloodsport, where he goes, Nada! Freaks out, and apparently you die 40 years later of lung cancer. Apparently that's part of the move. But is there a touch which can stop the heart? No, because it's called a rib cage. It's done for a reason. How come you never ever see boxers and MMA fighters targeting the front of the body?
I think you can make it skip a beat, but I don't think it stops. I've never heard of someone.
No.
I think I know. I've heard a rumor once, or true was, or like they've done some science program. It's pretty, it's the same ones in the vaccines. It's got like microchips in you that control you. It's the same sort of rumours as that. No evidence at all. Just people's opinion on Facebook and bullshit martial arts forums. They can hit you, and then someone made the heart actually stop and to bring him back.
Again, someone stood there just going, hit me in the chest. That's not a scientific experiment, really. That's
just you hitting someone in the chest as hard as you can.
That's bollocks. That's not a real fight. Nobody is going to allow you in a fight to go, you fucking what?
And then 40 years later, die a painful death of lung cancer.
It's not going to happen.
Because of that one
but
time.
Apparently, maybe I haven't got enough chi to.
I feel it.
I can hit you as
And
hard as I want.
and I don't believe in
maybe my
chi.
technique's wrong. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just needs that one special person, the person with all of that chi they've gathered over years of meditating on the waterfalls, and then they go,
and his name.
And Brad's heart explodes. Is there anywhere on the body where one punch would kill it?
I mean, the throat wouldn't be good if you smashed him in the throat and you tore the carotid artery. That'd kill you. You'd be dead for you at the floor.
Would a carotid artery tear from a hit?
Yeah, that man killed his wife once. He slapped her and snapped the fucking carotid artery. For her.
Really?
People have died before. If you
So,
don't believe me,
no,
Google it.
okay,
People
so
have died.
you're saying a man smacked a woman. That's
And
one of those things where...
Tore her artery, carotid artery, and she died. Apparently she was dead before she hit the floor.
Obviously, anywhere in this zone is potentially a kill shot. We've seen it many, many times.
And now, that guy who got hit in the liver not long ago, I know it's rare as rock and all shit, but some poor fucker, I think he was in Australia, got hit with a liver shot. He died on the way to the hospital from a liver shot.
Wow.
And I always used to go to liver shot to beginners just to give him like a wake-up call and not go to the head in case I hurt him. So now I just got hit in the arms, and then someone had died there.
Now you've got a chest puncher.
Now they're no.
Dinmac.
Dinmac sounds like a curry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What are you having tonight? Oh mate, Dinmac and chips. What are you having alongside of that? Oh, some Thai cheese food, which is rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just sounds like crap.
Yeah.
Apart from I love Indian food. Sorry.
There you go, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video on 5 myths of MMA. If you have any more that you think of, bang them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the myths of martial arts and all of the other crazy random crap that we've seen over the years. Check out also Mcdojo Life. There's loads of great videos on Rob's channel. Massive fan of Rob. We will support
Rob's
everything
ruthless.
he does.
Ruthless Rob. He's ruthless. I like Rob. He makes me laugh.
So there you go, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out all of our past catalogue. There's lots of cool, fun stuff in there as well. But from today, from me, Joe, and Brad, we are out. Cheers.
Adios.